by his wife George Lin and his daughter Deng Nan. Mr. Chung Chi-hua there, the chief executive to be. He will be sworn in later. Representatives from the People's Liberation Army. Four 4,000 of the troops will be coming across the border at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Of course, the advance parties are already here and have been staying at Stanley Barracks. The plane carrying the Chinese delegation for the handover ceremony of Hong Kong. The children waving the Chinese flags, welcoming the party. The steps being brought up to the plane. And the children getting into position for the arrival of the senior Chinese representatives. The senior representative for Britain will be the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles. Also the British Prime Minister, Mr. Tony Blair. And the former British Prime Minister, Lady Thatcher, who's already been in Hong Kong for a couple of days. It's unprecedented, so many senior Chinese leaders in Hong Kong at the same time. Very seldom do you see this sort of children welcoming delegation in Hong Kong. Fairly commonly seen in China, the arrival of senior leaders. The plane now, the carpet rolled out in front of it. The children looking rather cheerful despite the rain. The Chinese president will stay just one night in Hong Kong before returning to Beijing. The steps being brought up to the aircraft. The children have been waiting for rather a long time. In a moment, the door will swing open and the Chinese delegation will arrive. The Chinese delegation will, of course, be the biggest delegation at the handover ceremony in terms of the number of people. That was Mrs. Rita Fan, the president of the Provisional Legislature. The British delegation is, of course, here. The Prince of Wales staying on the Royal Yacht Britannia. Mr. Tony Blair, who arrived earlier, and the Foreign Secretary, Mr. Robin Cook. The Foreign Secretary of China met with the United States Secretary of State, Mrs. Madeleine Albright, this morning, also with the British Foreign Secretary. And the Foreign Secretary of Portugal. Of course, Portugal has sovereignty over Macau at the moment. Macau, the enclave to be handed over in 1999. But today, the handover of Hong Kong from Britain to China. Waiting there still, the welcoming party for the Chinese delegation at Hong Kong Airport. For those of you who have just joined us, the 28th and last British Governor of Hong Kong has just left Government House, the official residence of the Governor, for the very last time, and is on his way to the British farewell ceremony at the Prince of Wales Barracks, which is the headquarters of the British military here. And the Chinese delegation has just touched down in Hong Kong. Mrs. Anson Chan in the green, and Mr. Chen Chi-chan, the Foreign Minister of China. Gate, the door of the aircraft opening now. Opening up the umbrella, getting ready for the official arrival of the Chinese delegation. Later on this evening, the handover ceremony followed by the inauguration of the Special Administrative Region Government, then the swearing-in of the Provisional Legislature, the Assembly which will replace the Legislative Council. Mr. Jiang Zemin, the President of China, waving at the crowd. He's just taken a short flight from Shenzhen, the special economic zone just across the border, where he has been staying. And Mr. Li Peng, the Premier of China. Watching his steps, and probably rather slippery steps those, soiled by the rain. Mr. Jiang Zemin, the Chinese president. Of course, this is a very historic day for Hong Kong and for China. The children welcoming the arrival of the president. The welcoming party shouting welcome to the president. Chinese president shaking hands just now with Mr. Chen Shih-chen, the foreign minister, and now Mrs. Anson Chan, the chief secretary. And with Mr. C.H. Tung. Mr. Tung Chi-hua there. And the bouquet presented to the President of China, Mr. Jiang Zemin. Shaking hands with Mr. Zhou Nan, the director of the new China News Agency in Hong Kong. The sea of umbrellas at Hong Kong airport on this very special day. Mr. Jiang Zemin will go to the Harbour Plaza Hotel in Hong Kong and later on to attend the handover ceremony at the Convention and Exhibition Centre in Wan Chai. Getting ready to step into the car, which will waving at the welcoming party. Children with the 5-star flag of China, some of them with the Bohemian flag of Hong Kong. The President is in the car. This is a live signal from Hong Kong Airport. Difficult to see there, an old lady there, possibly the wife of the late patriarch leader Deng Xiaoping, Mrs. Zhuo Lin. A car bearing the Guangdong number plate and the Hong Kong one. Black Mercedes-Benz there. The lady in the car is the daughter of the late patriarch leader Deng Xiaoping. This is Dang Nan. Unfortunately, Mr. Dang is no longer with us. Of course, it has always been a great wish of his to see this moment. The cars leaving. Mrs. Anson Chan now, looking cheerful despite the rain. The car carrying the President of China, Mr. Jiang Zemin. who has just arrived in Hong Kong. Well, that was the arrival of the Chinese delegation at Hong Kong Airport. Tonight's handover ceremony will be held in the new extension of the Convention and Exhibition Centre in Wan Chai. Stacey Wilkins is at the Press and Broadcasting Centre of the Convention Centre right now to tell us the latest situation there. Stacey.
Yes, Jenny, protesters are not slowing down for the handover celebrations. The Hong Kong Alliance is staking out the Wan Chai Ferry Pier. Today is not a holiday for the Hong Kong Alliance. The group's launching a sleep-in. They'll stay at the Wan Chai Ferry Pier until the provisional